Hey, time for another Magic the Gathering Advent Calendar pack opening. Today we're heading to 1994, the year of the expansion set. In 1994, four expansion sets were released to the now thriving game: Antiquities, Legends, The Dark, and Fallen Empires. Each of these with its own design team, flavor, and approach to the game. Antiquities, the first expansion set of 1994, was built entirely around artifacts. In fact, there's so many artifacts in the set, each color only gets about 7 individual cards. The entirety of the set from there is colorless, mostly artifacts, and then some very powerful lands. It's also one of the first sets to bring in Magic's lore. In the original set, you meet Urza and Mishra, and in Antiquities, you get to see the story unfold of the war between the two brothers. After Antiquities, we got Legends. Legends was the first set to introduce multicolor cards, or as we like to call them back in the day, gold cards. Legends also introduced legendary creatures. The rule to legendary creatures over the years has changed many times, but it was really built around the idea of one unique character in the game is represented by that legendary creature card. Next came The Dark, which was a set that was thematically built around the evil side of any color in the game. And then came Fallen Empires late in 1994. It was one of the expansion sets that was honestly easy to buy. At this point, the game was very popular and they were printing a lot more of each expansion. Also, there weren't, at the time, a lot of very powerful or sought-after cards in the Fallen Empires expansion, unlike the previous expansions. Okay, let's see what's behind the 1994 pack. If I were to pick what expansion I want it to be from, I would say probably Antiquities. That was my favorite set from the early expansions. I really like the historical vibe that it had. Since it was an artifact-based set, the idea was you were collecting artifacts from this past war that happened long ago. And with that, there was a little bit of flavor text on every card that explained the war between the two brothers, Urza and Mishra. That really resonated with me. I went on to collect an entire set of Antiquities because I thought it was so cool. But also, I really like Legends, The Dark, and even Fallen Empires. So I'd be happy to open up really a card from any of those sets. But let's see what's inside. 1994, here we go. All right, what is it? Ooh, Mishra's Factory. What do you know? I have a Mishra's Factory playmat that I used to open up today's pack. So Mishra's Factory was a really cool card. The original printing had 4 artworks, one of each season. Mishra's Factory is this tree that has all these workshops on it, and Mishra is one of the 2 brothers in the war that battle in the story. And Mishra's Factory can be used as a regular land. It creates colorless mana, but it can also be turned into a creature, a 2/2 creature that can attack. And it has this extra ability where you can tap it and give an assembly worker, which is what Mishra's Factory turns into, +1/+1 till end of turn. Cool thing you could do with Mishra's Factory back in the day was you could pump it when it was blocking. And the card's not explicitly worded saying that it can do that. It just happens to be that you can do that with the card in that circumstance. So this card for me was really one of the first ones that had a trick built into it that was hiding in plain sight. And knowing that you could do that and deploying that against your opponent was really rewarding.